Hello everybody, my name is Peyton McNair, and today we're going to be going over the power test. The power test is a skill/performance test. The form in which we will be evaluating and assessing power will be through the 1 rep max bench press. Having power is essential for athletics and sports, for it allows you to move explosively through the field. Before we go over proper bench press form and testing techniques, it is important that we warm up properly. A proper warm-up includes two things. These two things are engaging the body so that it is prepared to perform movements and engaging in activities that will benefit performance. Our warm-up will consist of two major focuses. The first major focus will be a run to warm up, which means we will be raising our temperature. The next major focus will be performing stretches/movements that will benefit us in our bench press movement. All right, using a point of view perspective, we are going to be doing a warm-up activity by running. The run does not have to be a super fast-paced run. The individual just needs to get a good pace so their heart rate can increase, which increases our temperature, which allows our muscles and joints to properly function. Now, if you notice, I am simply just jogging. That is an all right way to warm up. However, some students might find this to be a little monotonous. That is all right. If the teacher feels up to it, the teacher can have the students engage in a relay of sorts. This allows for the students to engage in an activity/game, and it allows them to engage in some competitiveness. Students might find this fun, therefore they will be more engaged. The warm-up should not be too long, but it should not be too short. I will stop here. After the running portion of our warm-up has been completed, it is time to move on to more specific joint/muscle group warm-up activities. The bench press majorly focuses on the triceps, the shoulders, and the pectoralis. Therefore, we will be focusing on these muscle groups during our warm-up. A good way to get your shoulders moving correctly is through shoulder circles. Using shoulder circles forward and backwards and varying in size, we can get the shoulders warmed up properly through movement. Next, the bench press has this sort of motion right here, contraction and extension of the pec. The students will be performing bench pressing in the air while standing. This air resistance exercise will get the movement pattern down. The contraction and extension mimics the bench press movement. Make sure they are doing full range of motion with full contraction and full extension. You can vary speeds in this warm-up to start engaging different types of muscle fibers. Next thing we're going to do is work on our shoulders individually. Therefore, whatever I do on this side, I am also going to do on this side. What we're going to do is sort of a hinge motion here. While doing this, you can feel the pec start to contract and extend. It also is working on our shoulders. Make sure that you do on both sides. The last thing that we're going to do is scapula retractions. This motion is going to be working our posterior. We do not want to have such a major focus on our anterior that our posterior begins to lack. Therefore, we are going to retract our scapulas and then relax and repeat this process. Now it is time to go over proper bench press form. Prior to doing the power test of the 1 rep max bench press, students should be informed on how to perform a proper bench press and given ample opportunities to practice a bench press. We are going to go into the proper technique now. Individuals will sit down on the bench at the far end, allowing enough room for them to lay backwards. The feet will be placed flat on the ground. Individuals will lay back down so that their back is flat on the bench. They will reach up and grab the bar. What grip is up to the individual. However, you would like a grip that is slightly wider than shoulder width apart. Having a grip that is too wide will hurt your shoulders. Having a grip too close will put too much stress on your elbows. Therefore, we are going to grab the bar in a grip that is slightly wider than our shoulders. First thing that you want to do before you lift the bar off the rack is to make sure that your scapula is retracted. That is why we did that warm-up activity. Once our scaps are retracted, we are then going to, with our thumb on the opposite side, push up so we are now holding the bar. Next, we are going to bring the bar down controlled. By control, I mean we are not going to simply drop it onto our chest. We are going to bring it down under control and bring it down to our chest. We are going to give a 1 second pause on our chest before we press it up. Now, some keys I want to point out. Notice my elbow flare, if you would. I do not want students to perform this. I do not want their elbows to go out. This is putting stress and joints that we do not want. We want our shoulders / elbows to be tucked in, everything nice and tight. Another thing, I want the bar path to be moved in a straight line without wobbling. Therefore, I do not want to bring the bar down and then press up like this. This is improper. If you start doing this, that is a fault. We do not want to engage in faults. We want a proper 1 rep max bench press. Once a rep has been completed, they can put the bar back on to the rack. The administrator will stand behind the bar in proper spotting form. They will be constantly engaged, checking proper form with their hands able to grab the bar. However, the hands will not be actually on the bar. They just need to be in a position to where you can grab the bar if something goes wrong. 2 students, preferably students that are stronger, will be on the side. Side students will be doing a side spot. They will be similar to the administrator. They will have their hands in position to where they can grab the bar if something goes awry. However, they will not be actually touching the bar. Each student will be allowed 3 warm-up sets so they can gradually warm their body up in this motion. We do not want them to instantly jump into a 1 rep max. Students will also follow the cadence that the administrator delivers. This cadence will go as follows. The administrator will say, begin. The students will then unrack the weight and bring it down to the chest. Once the bar is down at the chest, the administrator will say, press. That is after the 1 second pause on the chest. Once press has been announced, the student will then press the bar up. Once the administrator says rack, they will rack the weights. In one fluid motion, this would look as follows. Begin. Press. Rack. Once an individual has completed the 1 rep max bench press, the number of pounds moved will be recorded. A bench press rep that was not completed with proper form will not count. Therefore, the student will have to retry at a lighter weight. In order to find the power number, it is imperative to have two pieces of information: the number of pounds moved on the 1 rep max bench press and the body weight. Therefore, a scale is also required to record how much the individual weighs. The power number can be found by taking the amount of weight moved on the 1 rep max bench press and putting it over how much an individual weighs. For example, if an individual on the 1 rep max bench presses 185 pounds and weighs 165 pounds, they will put 185 over 165. This will give them their power number. Once the power number has been found, it is time for analysis. If an individual's power number falls within or above the healthy fitness zone, then they will continue performing PE as they have been. However, if an individual falls under the healthy fitness zone, that means they need to start engaging in physical education in a way that will allow them to perform better in this individual movement. Therefore, they will need to start performing activities in physical education to help their performance in the 1 rep max bench press. Once every task has been done and recorded, it is time to move on to the next skill/performance test. Thank you.
Also, every student will receive this worksheet on the 1 rep max bench press. It goes over information that they might need about the test. Feel free to pause it to read it